I love this TV, and you should too. Just like you should love this channel by subscribe. I'm just kidding, you don't need to do that. Go away! Go away! But seriously, the Samsung Q80A is a killer deal. But what makes it so special? That would probably be the price to performance ratio. The 65-inch model comes in at about 3,000 Australian dollars, while the 55-inch about 2,400. Not a bad deal for a 4K TV. So obviously, as I just said, the TV comes in two sizes, 65-inch and 55-inch, but for this review we're going to be focusing on the 65-inch, but your experience shouldn't differ that much. Unfortunately, this TV is a QLED, not an OLED, because Samsung haven't really dove into OLED yet, so that means you won't be getting perfect blacks, but you'll be getting pretty close to perfect blacks. Now, what's an OLED TV, you might ask? An OLED TV is a TV that has individually lit pixels, whereas other TVs, which are pretty much standard, have a backlight that projects through to make the colours come out, if that makes sense. This does mean that the TV is going to pull more watts from the wall, aka it's not as eco-friendly, so if that matters to you, don't buy it, I guess. So Samsung advertises that this TV has 200 Hertz motion rate, which is pretty much a whole lot of BS. Motion rate isn't actually Hertz or refresh rate, it's more of a simulated rate of refresh, so it sort of blurs everything but sort of makes it look as if it's 200 Hertz in the menus and all of that stuff. Not in actual content, but just in the menus and general stuff like that. Usually the refresh rate of a TV is about half of that of its motion rate. So this TV is going to have about 100 Hertz, which is higher than 60, but still not 144 Hertz or anything like that if you're into gaming. Now, I'm no expert in color accuracy, but I'd say that Samsung have done a pretty good job in tuning this TV, and you can always tune it to your needs and satisfaction. Samsung don't go specifically into this, but apparently it's got some good coverage of the DCI-P3 color range, if that makes any sense to you. It does not to me, but that's fine. In terms of the brightness, the TV has about 900 nits of peak brightness, so it's pretty bright, so that you'll be able to see it even with a little bit of glare. As the TV is made by Samsung, you have the ability of choice. Ever heard of that, Tim Cook? No? This choice is the integration of Google Home, Alexa and Bixby into it. This means that you can actually pick whatever home assistant that you want. For me, I have Google. I haven't set it up yet, but it's sitting right there and I will set that up. This is good, as you can do pretty much anything that you like on a normal remote, but with your voice. As the remote, as you suspected, it's pretty modern and doesn't have many buttons in comparison to old remotes. Heck, the TV even has Apple AirPlay too, which is just amazing because it means I can open up my phone, open up YouTube, AirPlay, turn on the TV, and now I can just stream my phone to the TV. 0745. And now I've just got my phone on the TV.
Just saving energy. You might be wondering why we aren't simply just sticking a bunch of chiplets onto one package instead to make something like a really big version of an AMD
Just
EPYC
beautiful.
processor. And we'll tell you why right after we thank iFixit for sponsoring this video.
That's just one of the features that the TV has, which is pretty nice. Alright, now this is genuinely the coolest thing about this TV, in my point of view. But the remote, it seems like a pretty standard remote. But what's cool is you can actually charge it with USB-C on the bottom, which is one really useful feature, considering I hate getting new batteries for remotes. But it doesn't stop there. Flip over the remote and you'll see this little panel on the back. That panel is a freaking solar panel. How cool is that? You can charge your you can charge your remote with light. And it doesn't even have to be sunlight. You can charge it sitting upside down like that on the couch using normal lights and it'll charge. Not sure how fast it charges, but that's a pretty cool feature. And I'd say it probably charges faster in the sun, so use that sun. Now this is what I call next level business practice. Apple, take note. One of the great features of this TV is that it auto detects gaming. So that means if you plug in your Xbox and your PlayStation, or even your PC in theory, it'll boot into game mode, which in theory turns on HDR, boosts the refresh rate, and stops that motion blur from happening. So far I've only tried it with an Xbox, but with luck you'd probably find that it works with the PS5, PS4, PC, and probably Nintendo Switch. So, is this TV right for you? Well, if you're on a budget and you're looking for a good TV that's 4K and you don't really care about OLED, sure, buy it. But if you're not too sure on if you need a TV, or if you don't really know the market right now, I'd say probably wait. Wait for this message from our sponsor. We don't have a sponsor. What am I doing? Maybe just buy a TV from Aldi. That'll work. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. There's only a small percentage of you are subscribed. I'm TechBiz, and I'm out.